What's up guys, this is Chronic Rush and welcome to episode 32 of my FIFA 14 Road to Gold Around the World series. Welcome back guys. Last episode we carried on with this French League 2 squad, getting a couple more wins and stuff like that. We're going to swap out, I believe that was Cavani, with Menez, another PSG striker, and we're going to go straight into the next game. And we've swapped up the formation to the 4-3-3, the 4th version, just because I felt like I was lacking with the strikers, like attack force. Just put Valbuena up a bit, but we're going to come up against a BPL squad here, and in the 30th minute here he's going to be passing it around Cahill to his left back Jose Enrique, and he's going to be passing it around a bit and really should have closed him down, but we eventually pick up the ball here, and we're going to be on the attack as his right back is out of place, capitalising on the lovely free ball into Jeremy Menez here, and he's definitely got the pace to keep up with that ball, and he's just going to slot that into the left-hand side to make that 1-0 in the 34th minute there. Then move all the way to the 71st minute, and we pick up the ball again. Should have passed that inside and should have done better with that pass there, but he's going to go on the counter-attack here. Defence is left wide open, ball falls into Coutinho, who's eventually going to get fairly lucky for that ball to actually trickle into the back of the net to make that 1-1 in the 74th minute. Then move to the 83rd minute here. Fantastic work for Blaise Matuidi to pick up that ball, and fantastic work between Menez and Alessandrini, who's going to finish that in to make that 2-1 in the 84th minute there. In the 84th minute here, it's carried on straight from the kickoff. He goes on the counter-attack. Lovely tackle from Thiago Silva, and we are now on the attack. James Rodriguez spots the run from Menez, however, that gets deflected into the path for Alessandrini, who's going to do, again, a fantastic strike. Very similar finish to the last one to make that 3-1. Then move the rotate just in the dying minutes of the game here. Over the top ball into Hernandez. He's going to pick that ball up here, and he's going to whip that ball in. Christian Benteke at the back post. He's not going to miss that absolute giant there to make that 3-2, and that is another win for this squad. And we seem to be getting a bit more momentum after changing over the squad. As you can see there, 14 points now. Only need one more win, I do believe, and we've actually gone out and won the division, so that's pretty decent. And we got promoted, sorry. But we got some contract issues, so we're going to need to swap all that bad boy up, put on a squad fitness onto the players. Squad fitness still seem to be fairly low, so that's a good thing. Also swap out Nkulu here. He's only got a couple of contracts left, so I'm just going to swap him out. He goes for about discard price, so he's probably one of the best players you can just rotate whenever you need to. Discard price, even if you don't sell him, you just discard him for about 650 and you're absolutely sorted there. But this squad seems to be performing very well. The defense seems to be fairly solid, which is pretty nice. Maybe the only thing I maybe would change would be the right wing of James Rodriguez. He seems to be fairly solid, but it just doesn't seem to be fast enough in terms of my liking. And also the striker Cavani, fantastic striker, but his work rates just absolutely ruin him. Hence the reason why an 87 rated card only goes for about 8k. Come against this guy here, and he's going to have, I do believe, it is a fairly nice squad. Inform Lewandowski, Neymar up front, and it's basically a Bundesliga mix with Brazil there. But in the 14th minute here, he's going to go on a nice run, but a fantastic tackle from Thiago Silva to win that ball back over the top ball into Alessandrini, who's going to pick that ball up bottom right hand corner to make that 1-0 in the 16th minute there. Fantastically well worked goal, sorry. We're going to pick up the ball there. Should have done better in both occasions, but Lewandowski's going to pick this ball up, and I wasn't thinking too much of him out there, but what a shot from Lewandowski, the inform version there. We then move to the 29th minute here. Quick 1-2s between Alessandrini and Cavani, and Alessandrini is going to be running down the left-hand side. Schweinsteiger suddenly seems to be keeping up with him, but Alessandrini is going to get into with the crossing, and I believe that is Cavani there. Up tall, wins that header. Perfect for those situations. Then moving to the 33rd minute, and as you can see here, he just doesn't seem to be playing. I think it was straight after half time, or he didn't click the advance button in half time and stuff like that. Played for a bit, but it doesn't matter. We've gone out and won the title, which that's all I cared about. And now we're going to be moving into the cup. Hopefully have a fairly solid cup run as well with this Liga 1 squad. But we're going to have a quick look at the squad. I think it is all fairly solid in terms of contracts and stuff like that, as well as fitness with the recently applied fitness card last game. But we're going to go into an online tournament, which is going to be the Gold or Champion Shield, should I say, which we've already won. It would be nice to win the other ones, but I'm going to come in and search for an opponent here. Took some time, but we eventually came up against this guy here in a minute, as you can see on the screen. And he is going to have a fairly solid team, I do believe. I think it is I want to say Brazilian, but yes, it is. It's a Brazilian team, and It's a mix, just all the probably best players in the Brazil. You've got Manuel, Dede, Osvaldo, Pato, and you've got some very nice players indeed in that squad. And it's a fairly pacey squad as well, which I wasn't looking forward to. But in the 17th minute here, Alessandrini swims down the left-hand side and it bounces off into the path of Cavani to go and tuck that in to make that 1-0 in the 16th minute here. He then goes and picks up a free kick in his half, and Manuel here, his centre-back, is just going to wait some time, pass that out, and should have closed him down, and especially there, shouldn't have pulled my centre-back, as you can see there, over top ball into Pato, and he's going to do a very, very nice finish indeed. And that's just because of the mistake. I pulled out my centre-back, which gave Pato the chance to do a run here. Cavani as well shouldn't have really done the skill moves there, and that could lead to a mistake later on, as you can see here. Nuguba, I believe that is his right wing, comes down to the baseline, tucks that in, and Pato again there is going to make that 2-1. And then move into the 59th minute, into the second half here. He was having like stages where he wasn't playing, was playing and stuff like that. But Jefferson, his keeper, hits that out. And Osvaldo, fantastic control, brings that down into the Wellington there. And this guy, fairly solid at just keeping the possession. If you can keep possession, you won't get goals scored on you. And it's gets the opponent extremely frustrated, coming from me, which basically this was his whole game. As you can see here, I'm just trying to get this ball back and he's just passing it around me. Find some space into Pato. He's going to pick up his hat-trick of the game to make that 3-1 there. Pato seems to be an absolutely fantastic striker and can't wait to use him. Then move into the 90th minute here just to get a consolation goal. Cavani's going to swing that ball in. James Rodriguez at the back post to head that across to make that 3-2 in the 90th minute. And it's fairly annoying because I had some shots where I really maybe should have scored a bit earlier, but that's the cup out. And as you can see there, he had a lot more possession than me. Fairly even on shots, but his possession was... He had about 68, about 32, something stupid. But as you can see here, we're going to flick through. Cavani, 7 goals, 4 assists. Rodriguez, 1 goal, 2 goals for Valbuena. And that was moving way too fast. But Alessandrini seemed to be one of my favourite players of this squad, scoring quite a few goals and just seems to set up players. Fairly solid, decent dribbling, decent shot as well. Cavani, only work rates was probably the only negative of him. Valbuena does what he does in the middle, fairly solid player and stuff like that. James Rodriguez, not the strongest of right wings, but just an average right wing. Maybe if he had a bit more pace, he'd be fantastic. But we're going to be moving on to the next league, which is going to be the Belgian Pro League. We are whizzing through these leagues, which is fairly exciting. We're going to be playing, I do believe, the 3-5-2 formation, which is probably going to be the first formation I've actually used 3 at back. So that should be fairly interesting to see what they actually perform like in FIFA 14. FIFA 13, 3-5-2 was overpowered. But I'm just going to quickly relist all the players remaining who haven't sold yet. Hopefully they can sell later on and get our coins up. Guys, this has come to the end of the episode. If you like something, click that button. Also remember to subscribe, stay tuned to the series, and any feedback in the comments would be appreciated, guys. This has been Connor Rush. Till next time, adios!